Emily lived in Shanghai, China, with her dog, Max. Though she originally came from a small village, after her father's death, she moved to the city to earn money for her mother and younger sister. Emily was a sweet, gentle girl who worked at a toy shop. She loved toys, especially dolls. Because she worked there, she often bought her favorite dolls at discounted prices. Over time, her apartment filled with unique dolls from all over the world. One day, the store received a limited edition collection of Labubu dolls. They sold out almost instantly, but Emily had secretly set one aside for herself. A golden-colored Labubu, unlike any other. Its wide, toothy smile was the cutest she had ever seen. Excited, Emily took it home, hugged it tightly, took dozens of pictures, and even introduced it to Max. Normally, Max wagged his tail happily whenever Emily showed him new dolls. But this time was different. As soon as he saw the Labubu doll, he growled and barked aggressively, refusing to calm down. Emily thought he was just scared and placed the doll on her shelf before going to bed. That night, Max refused to sleep by her side. Instead, he kept staring at the shelf before running out of the room. The next morning, as Emily prepared for work, Max barked furiously at the doll again. He even tugged at her jeans, pulling her toward the shelf as if to warn her. Annoyed, Emily locked him in the bathroom and left for the toy shop. That day was the worst of her career. Normally cheerful and kind, Emily snapped at customers, screamed in anger, and eventually got fired after her boss scolded her. She couldn't understand why she had been so aggressive. In tears, she returned home and released Max, who immediately ran to her, sensing her sadness. That night, Emily went to bed early. As she drifted into sleep, she heard laughter. A strange, eerie laugh she had never heard before. She sat up and saw something standing in the corner of her dark room, staring at her. When she turned on the light, there was nothing there, except the Labubu doll sitting on the floor, though she swore she had placed it back on the shelf. Later, Emily dreamed of a monstrous creature, its body blood red, its flesh rotting, its claws sharper than knives. Its wide grin revealed long, jagged teeth. It crept toward her and began strangling her. She screamed, but the creature only laughed louder, raising its claws to attack. Emily woke up with a jolt, only to find the Labubu doll sitting on her chest, grinning wider than ever. Her scream brought Max rushing into the room. Without hesitation, the dog tore the doll apart with his teeth until nothing remained but shredded fabric. Emily, trembling and soaked in sweat, threw the remains into the trash. Exhausted, she hugged Max tightly and went back to sleep. The next morning, Emily woke with pounding headaches and strange red marks all over her arms, like bite marks. Worse, Max was nowhere to be found. She searched the entire apartment, calling his name, until finally she entered the bathroom. There, in the mirror, she saw her own reflection, covered in red sores. But behind her shoulder stood the same terrifying creature from her dream. Laughing, she spun around in terror. But the bathroom was empty. Only the Labubu doll was sitting on the shelf. The very same doll Max had destroyed. Its sweet smile had now twisted into a horrifying grin. Panicked, Emily ran out of the bathroom, calling for Max. But when she entered the kitchen, she froze. The doll was already there, sitting by the sink, its hands and teeth stained red. Emily's worst fear came true when she opened the cabinet beneath the sink. Max's lifeless body was stuffed inside, torn apart, as if something had devoured him. Shaking and sobbing, Emily realized this was no ordinary doll. She searched the internet and found horrifying reports from around the world. Labubu dolls attacking their owners, cursing their lives, and even killing loved ones. Determined, Emily burned the doll and scattered its ashes into the river. That night, she told her younger sister over the phone what had happened, believing it was finally over. But the next morning, neighbors found Emily dead in her apartment, and beside her body was the Labubu doll. Some now believe the Labubu doll is not just a toy, but a vessel for the demon Pazuzu, a curse disguised as a smile.